Here is a video for your daily practice of improving English. As I've told you many times, the more you read, the better you can speak. If you can read every day, at least a page or two, loudly, saying with your mouth what your ears can hear. Even if you don't understand everything, even if you don't understand the major part of what you read, still, it is very helpful for you to read because your reading will improve your grammar and vocabulary. Your reading will tell you where your pronunciation problem is. And if you correct these three, your speaking improves. You gain confidence and you gain fluency because you are using your voice mechanism. You're using the machine which God has given us for speaking. So, unless you do that, you don't get benefited. Today, we shall practice one story reading. I will read the story to you. You can also take anything, a newspaper article, maybe two or three paragraphs, or you can take one page of a book. If the book is 100 pages, then you have 100 days to read that book. Not necessary to read it all at once, but same passage you should read again and again if you cannot improve. Now, let us see. This is a very famous story. I'm telling you only a very small part of the story. And this is a French story from the country France. It is one of the classics in French literature, but it is translated into English and it is prescribed in many schools and college books. So you might have come across this story of how silver candlesticks are given to a person who's actually a thief. This story, let us see. I will tell you first how to read it. You should read it very slowly. Practice daily, read more and speak better. The more you read, the more you improve your speaking. Now, this person's name, there is only one person here whose name I'm going to give you. Somebody said that there were many difficult names in the story I told you of The Tempest by Shakespeare. Remember that if you challenge your brain, if you, instead of using what is familiar, if you use something which is difficult, your capability improves. So always you should keep challenging yourself and then you become better. So we have here the story of, the spelling is Jean. In English, we might pronounce it as Jean, but in France, it is pronounced as Jean. So Jean is the name of this person. Je and aw sound. Je, je is a difficult sound. Aw is also a difficult sound, but these are very common sounds in French. So we have. So Jean is, I'm reading now. I'm reading out to you. I'm not telling you the story. Please understand that we will first read the story once or twice without trying to understand except the meaning. How much ever you can understand, that is enough. Don't think that you need to understand everything in the first reading. Then, second and third and fourth reading, you try to understand all the meanings. I will also tell you how to check meanings. Then you check the grammar. What are the ways in which they are used? Pronunciation I started with. I told you Jean. Jean, pronounced as Jean. And here we have the story. Jean had been in prison. Jean had been in prison because he committed many crimes. Jean had been in prison because he committed many crimes. Then he was allowed to come out on parole. He was allowed, then he was allowed to come out on parole. Now, here you stop. Oh my God, parole, Parole. We've never heard of this word before. Don't worry. Keep reading because soon the meaning of the word parole will become clear. If it doesn't become clear, go to the dictionary. So, Jean was in prison because he had committed some crimes. Then he was allowed to come out on parole with the promise that he would not do anything wrong. Now you see, parole meaning has become clear. With the promise that he would not do anything wrong. That is the beginning of the story. That is the introduction. Jean was happy. Jean was happy till he saw that no one was willing to give him food or shelter. If a criminal comes to your house, if a thief comes to your house, you don't want to ask the thief to come in. You don't want to give a room to the thief or food. So, this is how Jean was happy till he saw that no one was willing to give him food or shelter. He felt very tired and hungry. He felt very tired and hungry. Now, any word here which is not clear, don't worry about it. Go forward and continue to read. For reading, you should remember this, that since you are able to read English, you continue to read without stopping at every point to find out the meaning. At the end of the story, you should see, have I understood the story? Now let me go and see more about this story. Finally, he reached the house of a priest. Finally, he reached the house of a priest. The priest was very kind. The priest was very kind. He invited Jean and treated him like a gentleman and not a thief. He invited Jean and treated him like a gentleman, not a thief. Jean had good food and a comfortable bed to sleep on. Jean had good food and a comfortable bed to sleep on. He had seen the shining silver spoons on the table. He had seen the shining silver spoons on the table. If I can steal them, my life will be made. Now Jean is talking to himself. If I can steal them, my life will be made. I will never have to do anything again. I will never have to do anything again. I will become rich. I will become rich. He thought that a priest doesn't need silver spoons. He thought that a priest doesn't need silver spoons. So he quietly took all the silver cutlery. So he quietly took all the silver cutlery from the priest's house and escaped. So he took all the silver cutlery from the priest's house and escaped. In the morning, he was unfortunately caught by the police. In the morning, he was unfortunately caught by the police. Since he was on parole, we've come across the word earlier. Since he was on parole, he thought he should tell the truth. Since he was on parole, he thought he should tell the truth. Now ask yourself, what is the truth? What did he do in the night? Otherwise, the police would beat him badly. Otherwise, the police would beat him badly. So he said that he had stolen these silver items from the priest's house. So he said he had stolen these silver items from the priest's house. He was taken to the priest's house by the police. He was taken to the priest's house by the police. Seeing them, the priest told the police, seeing the police and Jean, seeing them, the priest told the police, I gave him the silver cutlery. It was a gift. So please don't punish him. I gave him the silver cutlery. It was a gift. So please don't punish him. The police went away. Jean was shocked by the priest's words. Jean was shocked by the priest's words. What were the priest's words? That question you should ask yourself now. Before he could say anything, the priest gave him two silver candlesticks, long, in which you put the candle. The priest, before he could say anything, the priest gave him two silver candlesticks and said, I will give you these, but you must promise me. I will give you these, but you must promise me that you will never again commit a crime. That you will never again commit a crime. I will give you these, but you must promise me that I will never again commit a crime. You will never again commit a crime. This was a difficult promise for a thief to make. This was a difficult promise for a thief to make. But Jean made the promise. Jean took the candlesticks. He made the promise. From that day, he became a good man. From that day, he became a good man and never again did anything wrong. And never again did anything wrong. He reformed himself. Now we have a big word. He reformed himself. That is the end of the story. I've given you a small incident from a big book. I won't tell you the name, etc. For now, it is enough because I'm telling you this as a daily practice. Remember, the title of the video is Daily Practice, Read More, Speak Better. So if you read more daily and not once but 10 times, you will get benefited. You might have seen that I did not read the story continuously. I read each sentence twice. Now that is how you should start reading. Read each sentence twice. Then you come and read the whole story once. So I will read out the whole story to you now, exactly as you should do daily. Jean had been in prison because he committed some crimes. Then he was allowed to come out on a parole with the promise that he would not do anything wrong. Jean was happy till he saw that no one was willing to give him food or shelter. He felt very tired and hungry. Finally, he reached the house of a priest. The priest was very kind. He invited Jean and treated him like a gentleman and not a thief. Jean had good food and a comfortable bed to sleep on. But he could not sleep. He had seen the shining silver spoons on the table. If I can steal them, my life will be made. I will never have to do anything again. I will become rich. He thought that a priest doesn't need silver spoons. So he quietly took all the silver cutlery from the priest's house and escaped. In the morning, he was unfortunately caught by the police. Since he was on parole, he thought he should tell the truth. Otherwise, the police would beat him badly. So he said that he had stolen these silver items from the priest's house. He was taken to the priest's house. Seeing them, the priest told the police, "I gave him the silver cutlery. It was a gift, so please don't punish him." The police went away. Jean was shocked by the priest's words. Before he could say anything, the priest gave him two silver candlesticks and said, "I will give you these, but you must promise that you will never again commit a crime." This was a difficult promise for a thief to make. But Jean made the promise. From that day, he became a good man and never again did anything wrong. He reformed himself. So now you have some difficult words. So when you are reading, as you are reading, take a pencil and underline those words which are difficult. Keep a notebook with you or keep your computer with you. You type out those words because the spelling is already there in the book. You type them out or you write them out. Now you take out your dictionary. If you have a physical dictionary, you turn the pages of the physical dictionary. If you don't have it, you can go to an online dictionary. An online dictionary also, you type the word. The correct spelling of the word is important because the words are arranged in a dictionary, the words are arranged according to the alphabetical order. That means A, B, C, D, in that order it is arranged. So you have to search. Now let us see what the words are. I have noted a few words I will tell you. One word is prison, Prison. So the first alphabet is P. Then you have R. So in P, it will start with PA, PB. If you have a physical dictionary, that means whose pages you have to turn. So go to P first and then go to the section which says PR. Then you have I. So PRA, PR, so and so. Then you have to go to PRI. Then you come to S. PRI might have other words. You know, you have a word like print. So that is N, PRIN. So N comes before S. So you have to keep searching. So you go to S. Then you have O. So PRIS. Then you search for A, B, C, D like that. You go again and you come to O. And then you have N. So when you have the word prison, the dictionary will give you whether it is a noun or it is a verb. It can be used as a noun or a verb. It gives you many meanings. Now you have to choose the meaning which is applicable to your passage. So you in your notebook you write down prison and then you put a dash and you write jail, JAIL. We have the British form GOAL also. That also is there, but that nobody uses anymore. So we say prison. Prison is good enough. Jail. Then you have another word which is difficult. Commit or committed. He committed many crimes. Commit is the present tense. Committed is the past tense. That is to do. To do something wrong. That is commit. COMMIT. COMMITTED. That is how it is in the passage. So if you write the past tense form, then the dictionary will give you the present tense. You should write committed is past tense, commit is present tense, and write down the meaning of commit because meaning of committed will be the same as the meaning of commit. Now we have another word, crime. So again, you start CRIME, search in your dictionary. Online dictionary, of course, is very easy. You type the entire word and say meaning. The meaning immediately comes to you and you can see the meaning. To do something against the law for which punishment can be given. That is what a crime is, CRIME. That means you break the law and you get punished for it. That is crime. Then you have parole. Parole, Parole. Already meaning is there in the passage itself. If you notice, that is why you have to read 10 times, because parole means to make a promise that you will not do anything wrong. People whose behavior is good inside the prison, they are left on parole because they promise that we will not do anything wrong. And that is how parole is given. So Jean was given parole, and that meaning of parole is that you are released from prison with a promise that you will not break the law again. That is parole. If you haven't understood when I read the passage 3 times, don't get worried. You can understand the meaning later. Then you have the word shelter, Shelter. Shelter is a place to take rest. We have various types of shelters. The word animal shelter, etc., is often used. Shelter for old people, shelter for beggars. All these words come with shelter. So, shelter is a place where you take rest. Then you have comfortable. Comfortable is where you are happy, you are relaxed. That is what the word comfortable. 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 Then you have cutlery. 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 Silver cutlery. Spoon already is mentioned in the passage. Cutlery also consists of forks. Forks are, they have four like that, which you eat. Most people don't eat with their fingers like many of us do, but they eat with a fork, a spoon, and a knife. The knife is used for cutting the food into small pieces. The fork is used for putting the food into the mouth. So, fork and knife and spoons, different types of forks, different types of spoons, all these together are called cutlery. Plates and cup, uh, saucer, half plate, quarter plate, all these are called crockery. Crockery. So for eating, we need crockery and cutlery. Here, cutlery is silver, so he has taken it away. Then escape, Escape. Escape is to run away. Then reform is to become better. He reformed himself, last sentence. Reform means to become better, to improve yourself. So Jean became a good person, he reformed himself. Now look at the sentence, he reformed himself. This is a sentence where you are using the reflexive pronoun. The verb acts like a mirror. In front of the verb and behind the verb, the same noun or pronoun is used. There you don't say, he reformed him. We don't say that. Or Jean reformed him. We don't say that. Because then it will be two people. When the same person is implied, we use the pronoun which we call reflexive. A whole lesson on pronoun is there because those of you who want to improve your English, who really want to speak correct English, need grammar. That is why it is important. But otherwise, the story itself teaches you grammar. See the sentence? He reformed himself. So you don't have to go to any grammar. If you learn that structure, you will understand. Everybody, I attended a program where there were 2,000 students, youth program. And when I asked them to introduce themselves, at least many of them said myself and gave their name. That is not the correct way of saying it. You say I am, not myself with your name, because myself cannot come without I in a sentence. You say, I spoke to myself. I'm telling you, speak alone, practice alone. So you say, I spoke to myself. That is correct. Myself spoke, not correct. So you can learn grammar from this. Jean had been in prison. Had been, we are using the perfect form, present perfect form of the verb be. Jean is in prison, present tense. Jean was in prison, past tense. Jean had been in prison, past perfect tense. So now he's no longer in prison, he's out. So if we say has been, it is present perfect. If we say had been, it is past perfect. If you know what time the action is taking place, you will easily be able to use the correct verb. Again, if you want to learn how to use the verb, then you have to go to all the lessons which are already there on lexical verbs. Podcast, playlist, everything is there on grammar. You can learn from there. So you say, Jean had been in prison. Now, preposition. Jean is proper noun, prison is common noun. To join to the sentence Jean had been, we require preposition. Preposition also, I have done a video. Where to use what preposition? In is a place which is already something which has four walls and a roof, etc. Prison is closed on all sides. So we say in prison. But if you say now Jean was on the road, on because road is a surface, position is on top, so we say on the road. Then we have because he committed some crimes. Because conjunction. I gave you an entire video on conjunction where we learnt the use of because. That is to give a reason. Why was he in prison? Because he committed some crimes. Now we know the meaning of committed, we know the meaning of crimes. See how easy the sentence is becoming. So, this is a long sentence. It has two clauses. I gave you a video on clauses. One clause is Jean had been in prison. Now, next clause is he committed some crime. So, two clause, to join them into a single sentence, you needed a conjunction because. So, using because, you made it into a single sentence. Now, you see why I told you to read the passage 10 times? Because first time when you read, the meaning is approximately clear. When you read it the second time, the meaning becomes clearer. Now you have doubts. Which are the words which are difficult? So, second time when you're reading, you underline those words and copy them in your notebook. Now you sit with your dictionary. Write down the meanings of those words. Now, when you're reading the passage the third time, look at the meaning and look at the passage. That word will become a part of your memory. Tomorrow, when you're speaking, you will be able to use the word committed, you will be able to use the word prison, you will be able to use the word parole, reformed, escaped. These will become a part of your memory if you do this. If you just listen to the video, nothing happens. You listen to the video, and then what you do is you find out the meanings and repeat the same story again. Note down the story if you feel like, or record that story and listen to it as you write. We have these days technology. You can transfer the voice into words. That also you can do. You have the text in front of you. I already told you that if you touch CC, the entire text comes on the screen. These things, if you do, then you improve. When you read the fourth time, read each sentence and try to find the function of each word. You are learning grammar. If there are 20 sentences in this story, in 20 sentences separately, you have to find out what grammar is being used. So you might have to read it 20 times, not 10 times. I said read 10 times. You say, oh, so boring, I cannot read it 10 times. But today's video, I have shown you what is the importance of reading if you want to speak better. And this is a daily thing you have to do. Unless you do it daily, it doesn't help you. First few months, you do it every day. Once your English becomes good, stop doing it every day. Do it once in a way. But remember, even after many years, if you read a book, you might come across a sentence or you might come across a word which you don't understand. Then your English keeps improving. Even after 10 years, your English is improving. But there, your improvement is of a very high category. It is not of the lower category. Now, those who are beginning should do these practices. I hope the video will be useful. Please watch, share, and subscribe if you haven't done it. Like and comment. I wish you all the best. Happy learning of English, and thank you for watching.